Hello, everyone, and welcome to my home. I thought we would get off of fall and Christmas and do some collage work. My mother on the 12th celebrated her 94th birthday. Go, Mom. And so we went to Red Lobster, one of her favorite places to go, and they are still giving out paper menus. So I asked the server if I could have them all because I've got about 8. And I went ahead and I did a few, and I thought then we would do some collage work. And I've been going through some of my papers that I have left over. I've got some Tsunami Rose, some Medieval Mirage. I've got Artie Maze, all from design team projects. So I thought, let's create some ephemera. And I went ahead and I did some earlier, and they're not done by any means. These have been distressed, but they need to be, this obviously is a pocket, it needs to be glued, and they all need to have their decorations on them. I've got some steampunk left over. I made a couple tags and a couple journal cards. Isn't this just the coolest thing? I don't know how we're going to decorate that one, but we are. And then I went ahead and made some envelopes, put some tabs on some things, did a journal card. How cool is this? It's going to be on a hinge, and then in the back there's a pocket. So you've got great journal space here, but we need to decorate them. There's a little steampunk showing in this one. This is Tsunami Rose. So I just thought, yeah, let's go ahead and clean up some of these papers that I have sitting around, and then we can create something fantastic. Excuse me, we can create something fantastic. This, I don't know who the seller of this is. I bought this. This was not, I'm pretty sure this was not a design team project. So if anybody knows who, if you recognize this, it could be, I don't think it's My Porch Prints. Boy, there's a couple that I absolutely love, and the name's escaping me. So I will kind of do a quick search, and if I can discover who this page, this kit belongs to. I remember the kit was absolutely beautiful. I will put it for you in the description box. But meanwhile, I thought maybe we could just kind of hang out. I am going to use this entire page. So let's get my trusty glue stick. This is a lot of glue going on right here, guys. A lot of glue. I want to thank the person that purchased my Artie Maze Design Team Journal, Christmas Journal, and I will have that in the mail. Hopefully it should be tomorrow. That was so fun to make, and it may be my last. I don't know. It just depends on how busy I get and what's happening. I may have a tendency to just say, let's move on. When I was making the other ephemera, I figured out that if I'm going to be doing any pockets, you know, and here I go once again, absolutely unable to get this down straight. If I'm going to be doing any pockets, I don't need to finish the back of the menu because you're never going to see it. I get my paddle out here and see. You can see right here I need glue. There's no sense wasting paper on the back of this. A couple of those that I shared with you a few minutes ago, I thought I might make pockets out of, and I was looking at the back and thinking, why do you want to create pockets when you've made, like for instance, I thought this would make a great pocket, but I went ahead and put tea-dyed paper on the back, so I'm like, no, I don't think so. I might change my mind, but it doesn't really make sense. So let's go ahead. Got this piece here. This is Tsunami Rose, and I thought maybe, hopefully you can see, I've readjusted my camera. Maybe if I just, because we don't need beads, move this up just a little bit more. I am going to glue this to that because I like the way that those yellows mix. So let's go ahead and do that. Everything is good here with me. We were going to be going next month to Puerto Vallarta, and just because of COVID and all the restrictions, we decided, no, we're going to go in March instead, because you have to get tested before you come back. It has nothing to do with if you're vaccinated or not. Before you come back into the U.S., you have to have a negative COVID test. So we were thinking, if we get down there and one of us tests positive, what are we going to do? And we're going a couple weeks before Christmas, then you're messed up with your flights. So we decided, no, let's not do it. We'll go in March. And if I get stuck in March, I'm okay with that. That'd be all right. A few more days on the beach wouldn't bother me a bit. I think I'm going to put this here, but I certainly wouldn't want to get stuck over the holidays and miss that. So we canceled it, and we're going with my brother and sister, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and we all feel. My husband said to me, "I'm just relieved that we're not going, because I think the whole time we were there, it'd be in the back of our mind, we have to have this test. Are we going to pass it?" And it, just would make the trip stressful, and who needs that? That's not why we're going. And so, yeah. So I think we made the right decision. My brother's wife, my sister-in-law, she would not agree with me. She would be like, you only have one life to live. Get on the plane. No, I'm not getting on the plane. I'm not getting on the plane, and you can't make me. So, do we want this? This is Medieval Mirage. Had this pattern for a very long time, and I absolutely, absolutely love this. This, you can do so much with this background. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we have some numbers from Artie Mays when I did the steampunk journal. And I thought that might be fun. And I think I might like the numbers down here. So let's give this a rip. I'm sorry, I tried to rip everything before I started, so you wouldn't have to hear that, but you had to hear it anyway. So I think I'm going to put this, do I want to put this down first? I don't want to cover up all of that, so I am going to hang over a little bit. So I think we're going to do it like that. So we have, I don't know if I told you this, we have our Christmas tree up. It's just the tree and the lights. I think I did tell you, because my husband put it up for me when I went to the Hall & Oates concert. So that's kind of old news I'm giving you. Okay. Get this over as far as I can. And try not to make as much noise with that thing. And then on this, we will, do I want the darker blue? Hey, Maggie. Maggie's in the house. Hey, Maggie. She is not speaking. So we are going to put this there. And I think I won't back this. And we will use these as pockets. I have to see what the cuts will be to see if that's going to work. If we want pockets or if we want journal cards. Because, for instance, I don't know that I want to cut these birds up. So if I'm not going to cut them up and you look at the size, it's kind of like, well, that probably would be a journal card then, just because of the size of it. I've got glue on my mat, and now I've got this. Ooh, that's pretty, but I don't, this is more squared. Maybe this would be better, but this needs to go. Where's my pattern? Okay, there's faces there. So I think this might be really pretty. So let's do that. And then we'll put this one aside and we'll start a new one. This down here, and we'll give this a chance to dry a little bit. Let's give this a good paddle. It's just kind of nice to not be thinking right now of Christmas. That's just it's a really nice feeling to not be working in the Christmas stuff, just to take just a little bit of a break from the bells and the red and green and the pink. I still have 2 accordion journals in my shop, so that is good. Let's see, what do we want a piece? No, I don't think so. Okay, so I'm going to put this piece aside, and I'm going to pull out another one because I've got lots. Here we go, and I'm going to really quick just take a drink of water. And let's see what we've got. Isn't this pretty? Now, who is this? I don't know. I don't know who this is. There's a lot of blue, so I think I am going to cut this down. And cut this down. Okay, we're going to use this right here like that, and we're not going to worry about what comes next. So let's get this down. This looks like a piece that I was going to tea dye and didn't. So do you remember in not so long ago, but in one of my previous videos, I really wanted to do snippet rolls, fabric snippet rolls. And have I done fabric snippet rolls? No, and I have the spools. and I haven't done any. And that is what happens. I know from the comments, some of you are saying, you're so busy, I don't know how you get anything else done. Well, that's the thing, I usually don't. And when I am done with this, I am going to go into my laundry room and take it apart. Take everything out of the cupboards, everything off the walls. That looks good, doesn't it? And I am just going to clean out and clean up. I find when I want to go through my house and clean up and clean out, throw away stuff, get rid of stuff, if I start in the smallest room, well, the laundry room's not really the smallest room, but if I start there, because there's no closet, so it makes it easier, and I just got the entire room, clean it up, and then I go into like the guest bathroom and do the same with that. Pull everything out from underneath the cabinet, just all that sort of, it's more manageable for me. It doesn't make me so crazy. So it works much better for me if I do it that way. I am just going through things, papers, and seeing what would look good. And I'm thinking I might go with this guy here. And we're not worrying about what we're putting down here. We're just going with it. But I think I am going to maybe take this off. And we'll put him up there and see what happens. So I hope you will continue joining me, because I don't think we're going to get into any decoration of this today. It has to be laid out, and then it has to be cut. And then I have to decide what it is I am going to do with it. But if you're sitting there with a lot of papers and or scraps, this is a good way to just kind of come in and turn them into something you can use in the new year. Or Happy Mail. I keep saying I'm going to get around to Happy Mail, and that's not working out so well for me. I never seem to get around to Happy Mail because I'm always giving so many other things away. So it just doesn't quite seem to happen. Now, could this be more opposite? Truly more opposite. And I'm sitting here looking at this and thinking, okay, when I cut this, what really is this going to be when I cut this? Because it almost looks like, okay, you've got a journal card here, a journal card here, a journal card here. Is that what you want? And I'm not too sure. Let's pull out another Tsunami Rose. Just love this pattern. I'm pretty sure this is Tsunami Rose. I could be wrong, but it looks like Tsunami Rose to me. If it isn't and you catch that, just let me know. I am going to tear this. And let's put this there. So my granddaughters gave me Amazon lists for Christmas, and I went on and I ordered a bunch of things that were on their list. And but do you hear from the boys? No. And then it's at the very last minute. Typical, I think, boy behavior. Which is okay. It's just how they are. kind of the little ones like to procrastinate. And I can't complain because I'm a big procrastinator. And my son, our son, gets that from me too. So it is the way I am and have always been. I try to be better. This is paper, leftover paper, I'm pretty sure, and that's upside down. Artie Mays from the Alice in Wonderland journal that I did a while back. So I think let's cut this just right below these diamonds. We're going to tear this right below these diamonds, and I'm going to go all the way across. So I was watching, I saw some of the best movies last month. Oh, I just love thrillers and horror movies. Not blood and guts kind of movies, but just the whodunit, really good mysteries. And then occasionally I really like, some horror movies. But I like horror movies that aren't like slapstick comedy horror movies. But I caught The Shining. Oh, love that movie. Yes, I do. I think that movie was so good. It didn't scare me. I know it scares some people. That type of a movie doesn't scare me because I don't really believe in all that sort of stuff, so it doesn't affect me. Well, I say I don't believe in it. For the most part, I don't believe in it, but I'm usually one, I don't shut the door to anything because I don't know. But yeah, I'm like, no. If you look at it from the insanity viewpoint, then yeah, I'm there. Because he really was crazy. He did go nuts. I think some blue down here might be nice. I'm not so sure I want a straight line. And I really did like her. And if I put her here, I probably just shouldn't worry about it, but she's not really. I think I might like this more. Let's tear this right up here. And let's put this here, but what are we going to put? Nope. What you got, Charlotte? What you got? You got stuff. I know you do. How about that? That's upside down. I don't think it matters. I could put some red in there, or I could go with this. I think I'm going to do the red. So I think we're going to put this here. So we're going to tear this. Let's come over the numbers just a little bit. Well, let's tear this right there. And get that down there like that. Spoke to a really dear friend of mine. This has been a good friend of mine. She lives in San Antonio. We worked together when we both were in California. And she's a forever friend. And they're doing really well. And I was going to tell you something, and now I can't remember what it was. I want to come over. Sometimes when you go, just a little tip. When you're collaging and you're going to put this, you're going to cut this up, you don't want too many lines that are totally even. because you want a place to cut and you don't want to cut right on that line. So you either want to be on this side of the line, which gives you some paper on this side so it doesn't have a tendency to lift up, or like here, if I want to cut just inside this line, I have this on this side that just gives you a little bit more strength. That's my opinion. That's my little tidbit. And you can agree with me or not, and that is fine. So I think I am going to put this piece here, and then do you see how we do? We have a line right there because that's even. If I come over, I can come over a little bit, but not much, or I'm going to hit the edge of this. Hopefully you're seeing what I'm talking about. So I think let's just put that down. And then when I cut this, we're going to have to pay attention to where that is, or we may have an issue. And if we have an issue, we will see how we'll deal with it. I mean, after all, it's just paper, right? It is just paper. But I like that butterfly and did want to use it. So now we've got this little corner here, and let's check out what we've got. I think that might work. So let's cut this. And let's tear this right here. And we're going to tear right under imported and domestics. Imported and domestic. Imported and domestic something. I don't know what the something is, and then we are going to place this right there. I'd kind of like to be able to keep that white rose. And then we have another page done, and once again, I did not pay any attention to the clock. I shouldn't need a big old sign right in front of me that says, check the time. Maybe we can do one more. Before we call it quits. And I'm hoping when I'm done with all this that I don't have more scraps than I started with, because one piece of paper can lead to multiple scraps. But look at how pretty that is. Isn't that just so cool? So there is the second one, and let's see if we can get through one more and use our bigger pieces. So maybe, of course, when I cut that, I'm going to have a whole lot of that. So let's use this up, making sure our hearts are going the direction they're supposed to go. And if they're not, it's not that big a deal. We have seen book pages upside down, sideways, diagonally, every which way but up. So we will survive. I already have this week's index card made, and it's cute, really cute. So hopefully y'all are gonna like that. And I felt this was pretty dry. Not a whole lot of glue on the end. So let's see. So I think I may have one more sheet of this, but for the most part, I've done that. Let's see this. I've got this piece left with a tiny little bit. I don't like the way that looks. So what else do I have over here? I've got that. This'll work. And I know when I cut it, more than likely this is going to be a journal card, and this might be flipped up and be a pocket because I don't want to cut her. So I don't think I'm going to use that. What else do we have? We got lots of stuff. She might work. Does this work down here? Yes, but we're going to run into the same thing. Do we want to maybe use this and possibly then, no. Keep checking. We have some botanicals. It might be kind of fun. Right here. That's kind of cool. And then I've got, did I use all the blue? Or do I have any blue left? Do I have that? No. I can see what's happening though, because if I go this route, it's going to be a journal card. So, and I don't want that. Maybe in the center, but not on this side. But I could. No. You can see I'm having issues. I've got lots of paper over here to use. So why isn't this easier? We could go this lined paper and we could just do this whole thing right here. So let's do that and get rid of this. Because we can always do something with this. It's pretty plain. So let's get this down and then we can be happy with this. And we can always put, I've got plenty of things we can use to decorate with. So I'm not very worried about that. I need to use my supplies. Dana, my dearest friend, is cleaning out again. So you know what that means. She's like, Charlotte, come over. See if there's anything that you want. And she's got several friends that come over and check out what she's got. It isn't just me. And then she donates a lot to the schools and to the church. And a lot of things that I see that I think's cool, I will tell her if I think, ooh, you know, the kids at the church, my kids' church would love that. And so we go that route too, which works really, really well. So let's put this here. But she's got a lot of stuff, guys, because she taught card making and scrapbooking for over 25 years. So she has built up, she's got all this inventory from when she taught, plus she's got a lot of inventory from just her classes, all the stuff that she had to make, the stuff that she's had left over, that sort of thing. So, you know, she's generous enough. And, yeah, I always offer to pay her because, you know, she's got money invested in this. And I'm not going to continue going and taking anything if she doesn't let me pay her back. So in here, I am just kind of looking. Look at how pretty that is. And then do we want a little steampunk in there? Maybe, but you know what? I really like this, so let's get this down. So yeah, I mean, if she won't take anything from me, and she doesn't like to, like last week I went over there and she gave me some stuff, and I try to pass it off onto a lot of you in making things and either giving them away or making things and making them so affordable. Because if I'm going to get a deal, then I think it'd be nice for you to have a deal. So many times the papers that I will use during the year for the giveaways that I've done, they will come from papers or some supplies that I got from Dana. And it's kind of my way of passing it on. But she just wants to get rid of it. She's just like, get it out of here. I'm so done. And she's gotten into fabrics now and not so much paper. So, yeah, it works. What do you think? Put a little steampunk? I don't know that I like it right down there like that. Maybe put a little steampunk here. Ooh, whoa, I think I'm backing myself into a corner that I don't want to be in. That's kind of how let's just put this down. There's nothing that can happen on this paper that we can't fix if we don't like it. We can cover it up with ephemera. We can do some decoupage napkin work on top of this. That is not something I've done in a long time, and so maybe we can think about doing that. Napkin work on that might be really, really pretty because it's very, very simple. The design is not simple, but compared to everything else that's down here, it's pretty plain. Works better, I think, as maybe a background piece. And I think let's put that there. We've got it. Let's get rid of it. It's sitting there looking at me like, do something with me. So let's do something with it. Hopefully this isn't, you're just not sitting there going, Charlotte, this is like not exciting at all. Hopefully it is. We're just kind of hanging out. If you were here having hot cocoa, coffee, hot tea, iced tea, soda with me, this is probably how it would be because this is how I am. And yeah, I mean, this would be the visit, guys. This is how it would be. Oh, you're probably thinking I'm not coming over there anytime soon. No, seriously. But no, this is the chit-chatting. This is how it would be. So I am just cutting this off. And if I'm off camera, I'm sorry, but I'm just cutting edges here. You are not missing anything. I just cut this torn edges off. Put that in the recyclable bag and see, will he fit? Of course he would not. Why would I think he would fit? Of course not, because I wanted him to fit. So if I put that, you know what? Just do it, Charlotte. Let's just not put too much thought into this. Let's just do this. I'm going to probably watch this video back and go, oh my gosh, you can't put that out there. You can't put that out there. I'm like, watch me put that out there. So my husband ordered an arbor for the backyard, and we had a really cute wooden arbor, but wood here during the summer, I mean, it just is not going to last long. As you can imagine, how would this be? I think that's what we're going to do, because it just dries out so quickly. So we got probably 5 years or something like that out of it, maybe even longer. I can't go by the time anymore. And, you know, COVID and being shut in and all that, it's really messed me up when I start thinking about, now, how long ago was it when I did this or I did that? I get really, really confused and off the mark about how long ago it was. So, yeah, we may have had the arbor longer than that, but it's just all dried out. And, you know, I still like it, but we have a Thompson seedless grape that grows up it. And it was underneath the tree that we lost in the monsoon last year. So, we are thinking, so he got a new arbor, and he got one that is, it's not metal, because you don't want metal here either. That gets so hot that if you have any plant on it, it will burn that plant. You can't metal, but it's I think like faux wood is what he got. So some kind of plastic. So we have this, and this is really plain, and I don't care for it a lot. So I'm thinking if I did this, but see, that is, you just know it's going to be a journal card because it has nowhere else to go. You just know it's a journal card. But this may not be bad. But then am I going to cut the edge off? I might, if that's what's going to happen, I might as well come all the way over to the edge. And then just kind of thinking about it, you know, this as a journal card like this is going to be way too long. It's never going to work. So what are we going to do? That I don't like. But this one, this might work as a journal card because I could flip. I could either cut this off and use this as something else, or I could flip it up, although it would be upside down. Let's put that there. I was going to say, and then it would be a pocket, maybe. We'll see. So I think I am probably going to just keep going. Or I might turn around and cut these, and then we'll do something with them in the next video. So I think I'm going to say goodbye, guys, and wish everyone a very, very happy rest of your day. And this is probably good because I think I am out of glue stick anyway. So we have done this page. We have done this page. And we have done this page. So I think I'm going to cut these, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with them in the next video. So meanwhile, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. And thanks so much, guys. Bye.